Hey everybody, it's Sunday morning, and if you follow along with my videos, you'll know that a couple of days ago I went out and put a crayfish trap in the stream down the street. We're going to hope to catch maybe some minnows, some more crayfish for this tank, or whatever. We're just going to wait and see. Well, yesterday was really lots of rain, and the weather today is kind of transitional. It seems like the weather's clearing up, and we keep getting a few little patches of sunlight here and there. We're having one of those little patches of sunlight right now, so we're going to head on down the street and check the trap. So it's been almost 2 days now, and I really don't know how high the stream got yesterday. I didn't ever really go outside and have a look at how flooded the water was, so I don't know if we're even going to find the trap. We might find it washed downstream somewhere. It might be sitting where it is perfectly intact but no crayfish in it. Not really sure what we're going to find. I am going to take my little broken net with us, and we might be able to catch a few more shiners or something while we're down there. But as I said, don't get your hopes up. For all I know, the water could be really elevated and murky and muddy still, and I don't walk in elevated, murky water. It's just not safe to do. So if we get down there and find out that's the case, then this is going to be a short video. Otherwise, I will see you guys down the street. Alright everybody, here we are down the street. Sun didn't stay out for very long, but at least it's not raining. This is my piece of junk little net. I broke the handle off and ground it all down so there's no rough edges on it. As you get closer to the head here, it's thinner and a little more sturdy. So I think as long as I use my forearm there to brace the net, I should be able to still use this sufficiently. So for $10, it'll suit my purposes. I also wanted to point out, these are hip waders. Just Mr. Frog jumping in the water right there. These are hip waders. I'm not walking in the river here in my, shoes and khaki pants. I'm dry up to my waist. The water is remarkably clear this morning, considering how much rain we had yesterday. And today, let's see if we can't catch a big scoop of fish on the way upstream rather than on the way back down after it's been all muddied. And there's a bunch of little ones. I doubt they're showing up on camera, but they're all through here. I just want to try to corral them into enough of a school that it'll make it worth it to try to scoop some out. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Alright, well, let's move onward. Alright, it doesn't even look like we got a lot of elevated water yesterday. You can see all this is still standing upright. If we got the kind of flooding I was expecting, this would all be laying down flat. So chances are the crayfish trap is right where we left it. Yep, I can see it from here. Alright, I can also see a nice little school of fish out there. I really want to try to catch some of those rosy side dace. And this is a nice size school of minnows here. And we caught one. Almost threw him back, but we did catch one. And it is not one of those rosy side dace. Alright, let's go see what's in the crayfish trap. If anything. Well, it looks like there's at least some crayfish in it. And a whole lot of minnows. Alright. Let's see what we got here. We got a bunch of minnows and crayfish, so we will not need to go looking for any more today. And we got plenty of bait left, so we're just going to put this back together, throw it back out, and come back tomorrow and see what else is in it. don't know if you can hear all that noise off in the distance. One of my neighbors out there working a chainsaw, so probably somebody lost a tree or a tree branch yesterday in all that wind and rain. So while we're here, I did mention yesterday that I had gone a little further upstream and around the bend. So instead of wasting a lot of time here today, let's go have a look at that and I'll show you where I went. I always like the way the tree roots under there look with the washout right in front of it. There's probably some really nice sized crayfish living down in that deeper water like that. Alright, this is where I came yesterday, and there was a nice little school of minnows down in this hole here. And you can hear a natural spring pouring out of the side right there. Oh yeah, there's a great big school of them right up in there again. Water fast enough to scoop anything up. It's got that nice large head on it, you know, but it's like trying to pull a parachute through the water. And unless you go quickly, these little fish just slip out of the way. And there's not a lot you can do about it, so I might have to go back to using my small, you know, my little white net. Somewhere up under there is a spring falling down into the stream and adding to its volume. I was hoping we'd be able to see it, but we can't. So I always talk about this being the stream across the street from my house, and I know we're down the street from my house. But if we continued walking upstream, we would actually walk right in front of my house. It's just that the stream is on my neighbor's property there, and they're not real keen about, you know, having people in their yard, you know, doing stuff. So I come down here. Now that netted me a few. Got a couple more of those rosy sides, so we're gonna have a nice little school going once we get these back in the tank. Alright, let me try one more time since I'm standing here. See if we can do that again. I'm trying to scare them downstream with one hand and into the net with the other. And it works for a few of them. Alright, got 3 more. I'm going to call that good. And we'll head on back out of here now. Leave the trap set there for tomorrow. And I'm just going to make my way on back to the truck. So I will see you all back in the fish room. Alright everybody, apologize for being out of breath a little bit, but I've been trying to hustle and get these down here quickly. Today we're going with the dumping them in method because I got a lot of fish crammed in one little pitcher, so let's get right to it. See what happens here. I'm like stocking a pond. Got a chain of crayfish already fighting. Well, we got a lot of crayfish in there, and we are going to have some serious crayfish drama going on in the very near future. With all of those crayfish being dumped in there at once. I'm trying to look around, see if I see anything that really catches my interest. I guess this is a good chance to look at the difference between the two kinds of crayfish. You have, well, let's see if we can see the difference. That one right there on the log, I believe to be a virile crayfish. It's just sort of brown on the back and doesn't have a lot of mottling. But then when you look at these two, I'm not sure if they're different or just variants on the same species. I guess these all do look pretty much the same. Maybe they are all just virile crayfish. Again, I've not really had much of a chance to look at them. We got a pile back there in the corner fighting for dominance. And it's just going to be crayfish mayhem in this tank for quite a while, until everybody settles in and finds their little niche, their little spot they like to hide in. I don't see any minnows that look particularly unusual. I do see a lot of hints and glints of blue stripes here and there, so hopefully we got a bunch more of those rosy side dace, and as they begin to feel more comfortable, their colors will come in, and we'll get to see some really beautiful, stunning fish, if that's the case. See, here's one in the corner doing its own thing. And once everybody settles in, this tank will feel a lot more different than it does now, I'm sure. So I'm actually going to go ahead and call that good. Get my stuff put away, get myself settled in, get this video started uploading, and then hopefully we'll be able to settle in a little while, and we'll come back and we'll spend a little more time doing some crayfish drama, because I must have just poured 8 or 10 crayfish in this tank, and I think there was already probably 4 or 5 in here at least. So again, for the rest of the evening there's going to be a lot of fighting going on, and in the morning there's going to be bodies everywhere. Crayfish are going to be devoured overnight. It's going to be mayhem. So make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss any of that, or maybe you do, I don't know. If you don't want to miss any of that, make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded to you. Don't forget, this is my native tank. If you're subscribed, you won't miss anything I got coming up on this or any of my other tanks. So look forward to some crayfish mayhem coming soon. Thanks for watching this one. See you real soon in the next one.